Episode 7 starts with Sora telling the group that the Shadow Knight's demands is that she removes the barrier before sundown of this day. He said that if she refused, her sister would die. The group asks, this evening. In that case, they've got to hurry. Where is she? She points to the distance and says over there. Her sister Runa is there as well. Rein tells her got it. Leave the rest to them. Sora tells them that she must accompany them, but Rein tells her that if he realizes that she's broken the deal, he might harm the hostage. He knows she is worried, but could she wait here for him? She tells him of course. She believes he is worthy of their trust. Fight well. When they arrive, the Shadow Knight is sitting on his throne with Runa above him in chains. Rein tells him just as they planned, okay? He begins a countdown and they rush forward. Rein shoots a fireball. The Shadow Knight says whoever they are, know this. Spells are useless against him. Kanade tells him they know, and punches him. Rein punches him as well, and tells him that they still draw his attention just fine. Kanade says that didn't take him down. The Shadow Knight comments on how much power they have. Might he be the hero? Rein tells him don't insult him like that. The Shadow Knight says yet he challenges him, aware that he is of the Demon King's army. What is their purpose here? Rein says he doesn't have to tell him that. Kanade looks up and the Shadow Knight says, I see. It was at Fairy's request, was it? He must punish such betrayal. He throws a dagger at Runa, but Tanya stops it, saying she thinks she'd rather he didn't, and breaks the shackles and tells Rein that he's got her, safe and sound. They somehow teleport right in front of Tanya and tell her good work. Tanya, being the tsundere that she is, scoffs at him and tells him to just dispose of that brute already, would he? And flies off. The Dark Knight goes to attack Tanya, but Rein and Kanade kick him. Kanade says she and Rein distracts him while Tanya makes the save. His plan worked perfectly. Rein says yeah, although he's still not down, even attacking with Kanade's power. The Dark Knight tells him that he won't be underestimated, and creates a whirlwind. Rein thinks he sees why he thought he could invade the fairies' village solo. Is this the power of the monsters who serve the Demon King? Kanade takes cover behind a tree and comments that he's so reckless. The forest won't survive this. They can't let this go on. Rein tells Kanade that he'll hold him down. While he does that, hit him with everything she's got. She says, but he's really tough. She doesn't think one hit'll do it. He tells her it will. He has an idea. Rein uses his power to search for wasps and makes a contract with them. The RB's paralyzing effect might not work on the Shadow Knight, but the Shadow Knight is telling Kanade to give up. There's nowhere left to run. Rein continues. If they can briefly distract him, he then uses a spell on Kanade and says respond to his call and unleash her power. Boost. Kanade wonders what's going on. She feels so strong. She then punches the knight, creating a hole in its chest, defeating it. She then asks Rein what did he do back there. She felt so strong all of a sudden. He says, oh, that was a unique Tamer spell. Put simply, it temporarily increases her natural abilities. He didn't have the magic power to use it before, but now that he's got Tanya's magic power behind him. Tanya arrives and says reckless as ever, I see. Rein for some reason asks who she's carrying. She tells him no need to worry, she's just unconscious. But she has a few things to say to him. She was under the impression that Boost was a lost spell. How did he manage to learn it? He tells her he learned it in his hometown. Kanade stops him by saying what matters is, it allowed them to save Sora's little sister. So, let's leave that stuff aside, and strike a victory pose. She then does her victory dance. Runa wakes up and asks, who are they? Rein tells her that her sister asked them to save her. She's safe now. The two sisters hug each other. Sora tells Runa that she's grateful that she is safe, and asks Rein how can she ever thank him for saving Runa. He tells her you don't need to thank him, he's just glad she's safe. She says, but without his aid, who knows what might have happened. She might have been in real danger back there. She bets she'd have been made subject to all sorts of nasty business. Rein goes, huh? Runa says, bet you're thinking about it, eh? Bet those male instincts of his are running wild. Sora tells her to stop being so utterly outrageous. Runa says that she's always working so hard. A little outrageous now and then is just what the doctor ordered. But Sora tells her it's statements like that to which she objects. Rein thinks they look exactly alike, but they really are polar opposites. Still, he's glad that they were able to save her. Sora seems much happier now. Kanade tells him, isn't it nice, now they can live together. They look at each other and say actually, they must leave this place. While their reaction was understandable, they cannot live with those who would have abandoned Runa to her fate. She wishes some distance from them. Rein tells him to be careful. The forest is full of nasty monsters like that one. Runa agrees. She'd rather not do the damsel in distress thing again. But they've spent so much time as shut-ins, they don't really know a ton about the outside world. Kanade brings up, in that case, how about coming along with them? It's gotta mean something that they ran into each other, right? Tanya agrees, but such decisions should really be up to their leader. Rein asks if they are alright with that though. Joining a party with a human in it? Sora brings up that has he not taught her that some humans are noble? Though she may not trust other humans, she knows that Rein might be a worthy companion. Runa says since her sister agrees, she has no objections, only if Rein doesn't mind of course. Rein tells him actually, he'd love to have them. They tell him in that case he must form a contract with them. Rein brings up that every species gets tamed in roughly the same way, but the structure of the magic power he uses differs for each one. He knows the structure of animals and insects, but fairies are a bit outside his realm. However, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. If he builds up their own magic power when forming the contract, his words won't reach the soul of his target, and the contract will fail, and wonders what kind of magic structure should he build. The structure magic that will connect to Sora and Runa. He starts the contract by saying his name is Rein Shroud. In establishing this new contract, a bond is formed. An oath in their hearts, hopes in their souls, their power in his hand. Then tells them to speak their name. They do, and the contract is formed. Rein thinks it's pretty exhausting though, contracting two ultimate species at once. He then begins to fall, but they catch him. Kanade and Tanya begin to get jealous by the contact. After that, Rein is in front of Adios and his party. Sora asks if they should really be allowing Rein to do it on his own. Is that hero not a cruel man who drove Rein out of his party? Kanade tells him she doesn't exactly like it, but Rein did ask them to wait here, so Tanya also worries that the hero might lash out at them again. If anything happens to Rein, in they go to save him. Rein tells him here's the shield. Adios says how strange, it's only been 2 days since he embarked on his quest, right? Rein tells him yeah, they did it in 2 days. Adios blurts out impossible. It took them over a week, and they never... that must be a fake shield, right? Rein tells him if he thinks that, go ahead and check it out. The priestess uses appraisal magic on it and determines that it's legit. Adios asks how did he get it so quickly. He also notices that there are new faces in Rein's party. Rein tells him that's none of his business, and tells us that he had them hide their wings. If it gets out that there are fairies in a human settlement, there could be a panic. He then tells Adios now, the reward he promised. He counts the coins and they're all there. So now the job is complete. Now he won't have to deal with them ever again. As he's leaving, Aggath asks if he would like to return to their party. Recent circumstances have made it clear that they need Rein's help, and he successfully cleared the lost woods that they struggled with. The mage brings up that scouting is a total drag, so she's okay with it. The priestess adds on, considering what likely lies ahead, a compromise may be in order. Then asks Rein how about it. They can promise good pay and better treatment. They'll welcome him as a comrade once again, and they can resume their journey. Rein gives him a look, so Aggath tells him don't get hung up on the distant past. Rein thinks the distant past, that's not for him to decide. They haven't changed at all. How could he have ever viewed them as comrades? He was a true fool. Kanade snaps him out of it, telling him enough, let's go. They're all waiting for him. Aggath says turning him down, defeating the Demon King will earn him rank, fame, and enormous wealth. But Rein tells him he doesn't need any of that and leaves. The rest of the hero party begins to get angry. They'd offered him an invitation and everything. Adios, looking at his reflection, says it hasn't gone away. The pain of that moment. No, not just the pain, the humiliation, the hatred, it won't go away that easily. He'll erase him with his own hands. As they're sitting outside, Sora asks can the Demon King's defeat truly only come by the hero's hands? Rein tells him well, the old legends say that the Demon King used his vast powers to control people, and that no one could turn against him. The first hero made a contract with the gods to defeat the Demon King, and took their blood in his own body and used it to defeat the Demon King. The significance of the blood of the gods in his body is that it allows him to grow without limits. Limit break. That's the power needed to defeat the king that only the hero has. Sora says in that regard, is he not like the hero himself? He forged a contract with Kanade and gained the cat spirit's physical prowess, and forged a contract with Tanya and gained the Dragonoid's magical prowess. And his contract with them means he's got fairy magic now as well. With every contract he forges, he has acquired new power and grown stronger. Is that not a limit break ability akin to the heroes? Kanade brings up what if Rein forged contracts with even more ultimate species and got stronger and stronger. He might become strong enough to beat the Demon King. Rein is taken aback. He never really thought about it. Right now, he's having lots of fun with Kanade and the others, but, to be honest, he would do it if he could. But defeating the Demon King isn't like their previous jobs. He hasn't mentally prepared himself for the task, but he might as well think about it now, about what it is he should do. The time to choose his path might be drawing closer. Then the episode ends. Some personal thoughts. The Shadow Knight went down way easier than I thought he would. I thought it'd take a lot longer to do it, but I get it, they need to move the story forward. I feel like Adios is going to be consumed by his hatred for Rein and become a part of the Demon King's army or something like that, turning evil. Then Rein will actually have to defeat him. Another good episode. I'm looking forward to next week, but that's about it. So yeah.